Okay, so now we're going to start with our upwind missions, and we're going to start at the beginning where I personally believe that people kind of should have learnt the first time they ever stepped on a board, but that's the fast tack or a tack. Okay, so a few key things to know exactly what you do. What you're trying to do is go towards a certain point, say towards the beach. You're going to turn a 180-degree turn, you're going to go upwind, boom, into the eye of the wind, there's your 90 degrees, and then you're going to finish off pointing back the other direction. Okay, I think that's where a lot of people, they get so confused on the tack because they're looking down and they're not actually looking how much their board's actually turned. So just make sure you know, give yourself goal points. Also, a lot of people waste a lot of time. Remember, we're on a short board, so it's a fast tack. A short board, me personally, if I wasn't planing, I'd find a tack definitely on my waveboard pretty tricky. Okay, where people go wrong a lot of the time is that they think about fast tack, they unhook, then they start doing their preparation. By the time they've actually got their weight into the position I'm in, they've come off the plane. So the key here is I'm going to try and stay hooked in through most of it. Okay, well, most of the preparation anyway. So we're going to look at the preparation quickly. Okay, so we're flying along in the foot straps. I'm sailing upwind anyway because I'm trying to get upwind so I can bear away for a jibe or whatever, or get to the nearest wave. Okay, first thing I do is slide my backhand up towards the harness lines. Okay, and then from here I bring my elbows down, I bring my back foot up so my heels are touching together, and then I bring my front hand and I'm going to place it onto the mast. Now, if you just think about just above the batten pocket, it's a pretty good place to put your front hand onto the mast. Now, you can go boom to boom, but truthfully, I'd always recommend going for the mast when, for example, if I was in shark infested waters and the sun's gone down on my small waveboard and I didn't want to get wet at all, I'd always go for the mast. Now, on my bigger boards, I do go boom to boom, but ideally, if you can't tack at all, best to learn with a mast, and then once you got that one, then you can go on to the boom. Okay, so where were we? So my front hand, I'm still hooked in, my front hand's gone all the way to the mast there, my back hand's already up, okay, and then I unhook. So, why I unhook? I let the sail just sheet out for a second, I then crank all my weight onto my heels, so now I really engage the board there, and what will that do, because I let the sail sheet it out for a split second, my board will suddenly change direction quite quick. And then from there I can then pull the sail towards the back of the board, and that's what's going to give me the power to drive up towards that eye of the wind. Okay, so from here, as soon as you feel like the board's slowing up, you're going to take that front foot and you're going to wrap it all round that mast foot. Okay, now where you put your front foot is very important, but we're not going to concentrate on that for a second. We're going to concentrate on the sail for a split second and then come back to the feet. So with the sail, now what a lot of people do here, they go right up into wind and they either do this and bring the sail too close. Okay, stop that from happening. As we step up, just make sure that you get that hunch going on. Look at my body position here. I'm not close. Okay, I've dropped my hips, I've allowed my head to roll between my shoulders, and from there I've got all this distance to get round the front. Now, if you look at the back of the boom, you want to try and get it as low as possible. The lower you get it, the quicker the board will turn. If it's upright, you'll have that slow turn into it. So get that sail nice and low. Okay, bend your knees. Now from here, front foot's gone round. What I'm going to do is go for the other side. So this is a key thing here, because you're leaning back, use the power of the sail and actually oversheet the sail for a split second with my backhand, or with your backhand. Okay, so from here I'm ready to get out. I'm going to oversheet, and what that does is put a little bit of power in the sail, and when I release it, the sail naturally wants to fall out of the way, and then I can bring it across to the other side. So again, from there I'm fully sheeted in. Okay, loads of power. I'm going to oversheet for a split second. I'm going to use that power to pull me up. Okay, and with the momentum of the sail as it swings by, I'm going to grab the other side. At the same time, I'm going to step round, so watch. Easy. Okay, how I did that, I used the wind to my advantage. By that oversheeting the sail, that little quick dip of the power, okay, or quick bit of power on, when I release that, watch the end of the boom, it goes that way, and then I can use this front hand to swing the sail across. Now remember what we've always been saying through these videos, bring the sail to us. Okay, the key thing when people go tacking, they go to here, and the sail drops, and they go to reach the sail, and normally you fall into the drink. Now for me, what I'm going to do with this front hand, once I release the power, with this front hand, I'm going to bring the sail across as I step up. So from there, I'm going to bring the sail across like so. One of the key factors that I didn't mention, because we've been talking about my hands a little bit, is the head. Your head's the pivot point. You should know this hopefully by windsurfing now. Okay, so from there, as I go that side, if I don't physically turn my head, I'm always going to fall in. So as the sail goes across, I'm going to follow it with my eyes. So from there, I bring it across and follow it to the direction that I want to go. Then from here, keeping a nice distance, then once your nose through, you can drop down low, push the nose round, and sheet in hard, and away you go. Okay, let's have a quick look at the feet. So the feet I find are really, really important. There's two parts of the tack. That's the footwork and then the sail, of course. So if you can do your muscle memory, you can do this in your bathroom or in the kitchen or whatever, you can do this muscle memory, you can get used to that. So actually when you do your footwork on your tack, hopefully it will just come natural and it happens straight away. But the most important thing that you need to make sure is you're doing the right footwork. So we spoke about the back foot comes out, we go heel to heel so we can keep our weight forward, the sail goes back. Now when I take my front foot out, how I put it and how I wrap it around the mast foot is super important. Now if I put it there where most people do, what will naturally happen when I would go, when I bring my back foot up, I will want to step off the board and off the centre line. Okay, by just changing one thing, and that's wrapping that front foot all the way round. Okay, so you see that, so not from there, we're wrapping it all the way around, so when I do step up, this back foot is going to replace this heel, so there, like a ballerina, and then I can step back and my weight can stay along the centre line. Okay, so let's see that again. So by just changing that front foot, it's going to come out of the foot straps, it's going to wrap all the way round, okay, and then from here, that heel there, this toe is going to replace that heel, step, and then I'm going to step back. Now how far do I step back? I always step back between the foot straps so I can sink the tail to do that scissor action when I sheet in. Now the key thing here, remember what I said with the tack, try not to stand too tall, okay, always better to fall backwards. So even with your steps of your tack, okay, it's like stepping down steps. So there you step down, 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 ninja. Okay, and then you can practice this on a big board, you can practice it in the kitchen, just get yourself a line and a bottle and just practice you wrapping that foot round and come round and step. Okay, so when you practice tacking and you're out on your big board, 160 litres, 150, whatever it is, okay, we can slow it down a bit, we can make sure our feet go in the right position. Okay, and that's that front foot wrap round, and I can do it real time, I can step up and round and pivot on that toe and go. Now when I do it on my wakeboard, I do exactly the same technique, but it may seem like a jump and a skip because I wrap my front foot round and I'm just ninja quick, there. If I have a look at my feet, they're perfectly down the centre line and I'm ready to sail away because I've got full control. So that's the fast tack, that's the feet. Practice, practice, practice. Remember, you can do this in your bathroom, while you clean your teeth, in the supermarket if you're bored, wherever, okay? Muscle memory on your footwork with the tack, or if it's the calf drive. If you get that bit dialed, then the rest is gonna be, well, you're halfway there for sure. Okay, so there we go, there's some top tips on the tack. Hope it works. Remember, it's a fast tack, full speed. Tacky, 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 power, power, power.